Happy morning, all of you. Today we are beginning with the new lessons of Python. Okay, this is the module one, and uh, and let's start with the introductions of Python. Okay, these are some points that you can see here. Okay, what is the first point? It's saying it's a high level language. Python is a programming language like any other programming language, but it's a kind of high level programming language. Why it is called so? Mainly, there are two types of programming languages: high level languages and low level programming languages. Okay, why it is called a high level language? It has ACS syntax, simple syntax, and if you want to write any source code in Python, you just need to know the syntax of the Python programming and just to have a logic to construct the programming language. No need to know the background details of how this source code works. So it is said to be a kind of high level programming language. Okay, whatever the machine can understand is a low level or machine languages, which is in the form of a zeros and ones. But these high level languages are in the form of what English like a statements. So we can easily learn and easily understand. But the low level languages are almost like a machine language, which is in the form of a zeros and ones. So why Python is called a high level language? This is has a simple syntax, and if you want to write a Python source code, we just need to write the just we need to learn the syntax of the programming language and just to have a logic to construct that. No need to know the background details of how it works. So it's a kind of said to be high level programming language. Okay, next, what is the next point? Next point is saying it is an interpreted language. It is an interpreted language. Why it is called an interpreted language? Okay, then I said, okay, the machine can still, what machine or system can still understands the language which is in the form of a zeros and ones. But all these high-level programming languages like the C, C++, Java, Python, all are written in English like the statements. So there is a need of translator in between this high-level language and the machine language. So the job of a translator is to convert the high level language to machine language. There can be two type of translators. What is the use of translator? Translator is for converting high level language to low level language. There can be mainly two type of translators. Okay, compiler and interpreter. So, what is the second point saying? It's saying it's as an interpreted language, not a compiled language. What is the use of compiler means? Okay, it will convert the whole source code into the machine or into machine language before it is executions. The whole source code will be converted into translated into the source code. The C, C++, all those are compiled programming languages. But Python is an interpreted programming languages. It follows line by line translations and not following the whole source code into the machine language. Okay. So it is said to have a interpreted language. First is said to be it's a high level programming language. The second point say it's a interpreted language. It follows line by line translation of the source code into machine language. Okay. Next, third point says it's a platform independent language. Third point says it's a platform independent language. What means platform? Platform means once you construct the source code with the Python, you can run or execute all the source code in any kind of platform. That means in any kind of operating systems, Windows, Mac OS, Linux. In any kind of operating system, so you can run your source code irrespective of the platform. It will work. Okay. Fourth point says it's an object-oriented programming language. Okay. Everything in Python is considered as a form of object, and each object has its own properties and its own functions, and these functions are built around this object. So it's a kind of object-oriented programming language too. And next point is easier to learn and simple syntax. Compared to other programming languages, Python follows simple syntax, which is easier to learn, which is very simple compared to other programming language. Next one is known as dynamically typed language. Dynamically typed language means if you want to use any value in a Python, no need to explicitly specify the type of value that you are going to use. Okay, if you want to use a 5, okay, 5 is a kind of integer value. No need to specify that it is a integer kind of value. If you want to use any other kind of value, you don't need to explicitly type its type, explicitly specify its type. So it is said to be dynamically typed language. As soon as you use the value of a fiber, it will automatically detect the type of that value. Okay, if you are using 5 in your programming, okay, it will automatically detect that it is a kind of integer value. But unlike other programming languages, in another programming languages like C and C++, you have to specify that this is in the using the syntax, we have to specify that it's the kind of integer value. Okay. So what are the points we have discussed? We discussed this is a first one. It's a high level programming language. There's no need to specify what no high level language means what you just need to know the syntax and the logic to construct the programs. No need to know the background details of the program, and it is an interpreted language, follows line by line execution, and then platform independent language. You can once you created a source code in Python, so you can run this source code in any kind of platforms or any kind of operating system like Windows, Mac OS or Linux. And fourth point, since it's an object oriented programming languages, and the next one, it is easier to learn and simple syntax, and last one says it's a dynamically typed language. That means it automatically detects the type of value that you are using in your Python programs. Next, what will be its applications? It can use in web development applications or any other software development or database programming or any GUI constructions. In almost all the areas, we can use the Python. Next says where we can type the programming languages. So there can be two options. Either you can use the command line interpreters or using some IDLEs. What is IDLE means? Integrated Development Environment. So if you install the Python programs from the website python.org, and you can automatically get to one IDLE, and you can type the code there. Or if you want to use another kind of IDLE is also available, and you can install it and use that also. PyCharm, Spider, Jupyter Notebooks, all those are different kind of IDLEs, and that you can use it to type the program and to say the Python program and to execute the Python program. So IDLE means what? Integrated Development Learning Environment. Okay. Next, there can be two modes of executions for Python. The first one is an interactive mode, and the second one is called the script mode. Interactive mode means you can see as soon as you open the IDLE, the interactive mode will appear. Okay, where you can type the code. Okay, as soon as you type the code and press the enter, it will show the immediate results. Okay. This is known as interactive mode. But in the script mode, where you can save the files, almost all the Python programs are saved with the extensions of a .py. Okay, where you can save the in the script mode where you can save the Python files. So if you want to save a Python file, so you just give a name to the program and followed by the .py extensions. Okay. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Now I am beginning with the first syntax. Okay. I'm beginning with the variables from the of the Pythons. Okay. Now first one is variables. Okay. What is variable means? We are beginning with the Python syntax. First we are going to learn is variables. Variables are used to store some kind of values. Okay, these are the examples of the variables. Okay, if you want to create a variables, you just need to what you need to do, just you write just create just you write a name to the given a name to the variable first. Okay, suppose I want to create a variable which has a name a, and I have to assign a value to the variables. Okay, for that you can use a equal to operator, and on the right hand side you can give the value. So this is the syntax of declaring a variable. Okay, on the left hand side you have to give the name of the variable, on the right hand side you have to give the value to the variable, and in between you have to use the equal to operator. Okay, this a is a variable, and a is a variable with the value 5. Okay, see here, this is, what is the name of this variable? This is x. So the name of the variable is x, and it has a value 5. Okay, the equal to operator is used to assign value to the variable. So x is a variable with the value 5. See the next example, y. Y is another variable with the value John. Okay, so always remember, when you create a variable, the left hand side should contains the name of the variable. Okay, and the right hand side should contain the value of the variable. So you can't create a variable like this. Okay, this is wrong declaration. Okay, when you want to create a variables, always the right syntax is left hand side contains name of the variable, and the right hand side contains the value of the variables. Okay. Next, see this example. Um, Next example. So here we have created three variables, x, y, and z, separated by commas. And on the right hand side, I am giving three values, also separated by commas. So here three variables are created in a single line, x, y, and z. So x get the value of orange, and y get the value of banana, and z get the value cherry. Okay, in a single line we have created three variables, and the syntax is write the name of three variables separated by comma, or similarly on the right hand side, give the value separated by commas. Okay, then see the next example. Here also three variables are there, x, y, and z. But all these variables are assigned with a single value, orange. So x is also orange, y is also orange, and z is also orange. Okay, this is variable. Okay, variables. What is variable? Variables are used to store some kind of data values. What is the syntax of declaring the variables? First, you write the name of the variables on the left hand side, then equal to symbol, and then you have to give some kind of value on the right hand side. Okay, you can create multiple variables with the multiple values, or multiple variables with the same values, like that also you can create. Next we are going to learn about the print function. Okay. Now we know that x, we have in the previous slide we have created an x with the variable of a variable x with the value of a 5. Okay. Now the x has been stored in the memory with the value 5. If you want to see what it is stored in the variable x, you have to use some kind of functions. You have to output these variables, and this is the use of print functions. If you want to see what is inside the value x, variable x, you can use the print functions. Okay, the syntax is print all the letters are in small case and followed by round bracket. Okay, inside you can pass the value x. So it will print the whatever. So the inside the print functions we contains the value x. It will print whatever the value stored in the x. So it will display the value 5. Okay, so x is a variable with the value 5, and we are using the print functions to display the value of that variables. Or how we are using print inside the parenthesis, you are just passing the name of the variable. See, this is another kind of use of print. Here I am printing Python programming. Okay, how I am using the printer? First you write the printer, then open parenthesis, then under close parenthesis. Inside that, within the quotes, I am writing Python programming. So it will print the Python programming. So it is directly printing the Python programming. Okay. Then see the next case. This string, this Python programming is stored inside a variable x. Now x is the variable which contains the value Python programming. If you want to see what is inside the x, we have to, on the next line, we have to use the print statement. Inside the printer, we can write x. So what it will display? It will display Python programming. Like that it will print. Okay, first case we are passing the value directly to the print function. In the second case, we are storing the value this Python programming inside the x and printing the variable x. Now, also the Python programming will be displayed. Okay, suppose I want to print. Okay, I like the Python programming, like that I want to print. But we know that X contains only the value Python programming. Python programming. The X contains only the value Python programming. I want to add I like in front of that. Okay, so in that case, I like, you can write the I like within the quotes here, and after that, keeping one comma and write the X. Now the X contains the value Python programming. So how it will be displayed? I like and Python programming. Okay, so the x is a variable and I like is a another statement, and both are separated by comma. Okay, if you omit this comma, it will display the error. See, another variable. What is the name of the variable? Name of the variable is A, and what is the value of the variable? It is 20. Okay, we know that A is a variable which contains 20. See, I am directly printing. Okay, print A, like that it will print only the value 20. It will give only the value 20. I want to print like this. I am 20 years old. I want to print like this. I am 20 years old. Okay, we know that the variable A contains only the value 20. This I am and years old is not stored in elsewhere. Okay, so the first statement is I am. Okay, last one is years old. Where this A is stored, 20 is stored. Where this 20 is stored, the 20 is stored in the variable A. So we can separate it with this thing and this thing. Okay, you can separate it, this variable A with commas. So this I am is here and comma, then variable name, then again one comma, and then again years old. So it will print I am 20 years old. I am a years old means A will contain the value 20, it will directly get that. So this is the use of Python programming. This is the use of print statement. Okay. Okay, let's wind up the class today, and the next thing is data types, and we'll discuss in the next class. Okay, thank you.